Hey, what's up, guys? This is my 5 millionth time trying to record this video, so it's probably gonna go faster this time around than it did the first, like, 6 times. The first time it was like 45 minutes. Then I cut it down to like 30 minutes. Try to get this one done in like 20, 25 minutes. Tops. Trust me, I could do it, bro. I could do it. So, little background, really quick, since I figured out what to say after all these recordings. I'm more of a collector, so I'm trying to figure out the value of things. This is more like a learning experience, trying to find my way. Some people do shrooms. I just do YouTube videos trying to figure it out. So let's see how it goes. We're going to try to find out if I'm going to be living in this shed here that I built, or if I can actually upgrade to the inside of a house. We'll see. So, as the title says, my $1 million Charizard will be shown, but just not yet. As I said, I am a collector, so I do collect things, cards and other sorts of things. Starting off tomorrow. So, what I do have is a lot of I have a lot of Pokemon cards for sure, and I do have a lot of like antiques. I don't know if I'm gonna show the antiques. I'm more here for like, as of right now, I don't know. We'll figure this out. So right now I'm here for the cards, and then sports cards. But for the most part at the moment, since I do have more Pokemon cards than I do have sports cards, we'll just go off the Pokemon cards for now. Hopefully that can move me on to bigger and better things. Hopefully I can finish the walls in this bad boy, sell a couple off, get some insulation, because man, I have to wake up early to make these videos, because if not, it's hot. So, without further ado, I don't know, I hear people saying it so many different ways, right? So I want to make this a little fun, at least. I have, like I said, I have probably over 300 Pokemon cards, first edition. Some are Japanese versions, some are the American version, English. I don't know. Am I an English guy, or am I an English guy? I just don't know, mate. I just don't know. That sounds a little more Australian, doesn't it? Yeah, we won't try any more accents for the day. So, in this box that I just put down, I'm not promoting this or anything. This is just, the sleeves that I got, the sleeves that I got. And inside I got what I would consider like the top 100 cards that I believe are valuable, right? So out of that 100, one was the Charizard. And I know there were 100 because what does the box say? It's a 100 pack. And it's my first pack that I bought, because the other ones are in like binders. So the first one was a Charizard, and we'll get to that one after. The other three, I should say, are ones that I picked in my first attempts at recording this. Now, it's not that I didn't have anything to say the first few times. I had a lot to say. That's why I went on 45 minutes. You know what I mean? It's not you, it's me, for sure. Not in this case. It was my equipment. My equipment wasn't working. First started off as like, okay, it's recording, and then why can I only hear it in my left ear? And then I gotta do some adjustments, figure that out, go on the old YouTube, and then all right, now my cameras aren't working, and then I went on 45 minutes of recording, and then my microphone wasn't even recording. All right. So then I found out, okay, my microphone's working. Then I did my 30-minute one, and it worked, right? It worked. But the software I'm using, you have to change scenes in order to go from one camera to the next. It's like I'm doing my own production, basically. The one-man show, right? So it's recording, and I'm like, ooh, this guy sounds really intelligent. And then scene change, and then all you get is, and I'm like, what is this guy? What is he saying? He's not even, words aren't even coming out of his mouth. So then I had to figure out why the volume of my voice doesn't go through the rest of them. And so I figured that out. And so now we're here, and hopefully this is the last time I have to record. So anyway, we're going on way too long, and it's probably going to be another 30-minute video, right? So as I said, make it fun. I pulled out the 3 cards already, since I wasn't gonna, and the PSA thing, we'll get to that when we get to that, but it's out of the box. I already know the grade and all that, because I wasn't gonna try to wrap it all back up to make it look authentic, because that's not what I do. It's not what I'm in the business for, if you sprechen my Deutsch. All right, let's see. Let's change scenes. Here we are. Hello, mate. Good to see you again. So I'm gonna put these out in like the same order that I pulled them. We'll keep that authentic to the leastest. And so this is just my little table with my GoPro setup going on. And so I don't. Here's another thing. I have a lot of Pokemon cards, and I used to watch the cartoon like crazy. I watched all the movies. It was, but I'm like, when it comes to understanding things, just like not always there. And so I'd watch the cartoons and be like, "Oh, Pikachu," he said, and I was like into the storyline, but I never really figured out how they were dueling. Like, I never got that into it. Like, I used to have this little mat with like little squares on it, and it tell you where to place the cards, but I didn't even know how to use that. Like, you have booster cards and energy cards and all that, and one day maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll show my kids how to play. Maybe they'll show me how to play. I don't know. So with that being said, I go off sometimes on tangents, and I forget what the point is. But the point of that was, sometimes I don't know what the Pokemon's names are. So that we're going to have to work on, because I do use this app, and we'll look at that later too. But it's difficult sometimes. Such is life. Anyway, here's the first one. And the first one that I pulled happens to be a Japanese card, and I don't really know a lot of Japanese. It's a little rusty. I never read it. And I don't know the name of the character, so if you guys know, you guys go ahead and comment it and like let me know, because yeah. Stay. Oh man. So this is going to be my glitch for this video. I mean, it stayed for all the other videos that you can hear any sound on, but this one. So this is the Japanese card. Looks like Mr. Mushroom Head from Mario Brothers, but probably not. So relax, folks. Don't be commenting down below like it's not him, you dumbass. I know. Don't be so rude. Here to learn, teach, guys. So, all right. So based off of this, I'm gonna look. I know that. I don't know if the illustration matters. I think different illustration people, artists do different things. I don't know if that has anything to do with the price of it. If you look at this one right here, I'll show you back on it. Let me see if I can. Right there. Now let's go back to the card table. All right, so if you look right above my, it's so blurry. Right above my thumb, there's a little pokey white ball that has the letters GYM, right? Right? I don't know if that has anything to do with the value of this. You know, that it says something on top. I know that sometimes. That probably just says like stage 1 or something. I don't know. I told you my Japanese is off. So, you know, this is number 45, and right next to that it has a little star. I know for sure the star means something. I just can't remember. And so I guess trying to figure out if I should send these cards to get graded or not is a hard part. But if you like, I know they look at the back, and if you look at the back on a camera, you can really tell if it's messed up or not. This one you can't. It doesn't really look messed up. It's not that messed up, to be honest with you. I look at it and it's very low damage to it. And then we got the next one is gonna be the Charmander. And the reason I thought this was an expensive card was because it's one of the original Pokemons, but I don't think that's, you know, doing a little research here and there, I don't think that's the case anymore. But they're all first edition. 46 out of 102, and that one has a circle next to it. But like compared to that Japanese version, if you look at this one, look at the edges on it. Like you could see white all over it. Like I'm pretty sure that's, I don't know why that would. Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure that's what most of the value is at, or half of the value. I don't know. I have to say it's probably a big part of the value of the card is in the back and that white border, because I'll explain later why I think that. But it's neither here nor there. Then we got this one here. This was the third one I pulled out. The Blastoise, and it is holographic. It does have it's number 2 out of 102, but that 2, I don't really think it's the second card that was produced. I don't know how that works. It's not like, okay, this is the first card and this is number 2 and number 3 and so forth. And the reason I say that is because the Charizard I got is not like the only number 4 out of 102, and I'll show you that later. But if you look at the back of this one's pretty effed up, right? You can see the white compared to the Japanese version. And so I did download this app. It's called Pokemon TCG, and it's pretty much what I'm using right now to guide me on whether or not I should send my card to PSA, because first of all, PSA is really complicated to fill out their papers and stuff, and they're expensive right now. $200 per card. I mean, come on, guys. Not to say it's not worth it. It probably is. It probably is. It probably is. But I ain't got that type of money to be spending. Alright. I was just fixing my mic real quick. So, we got two cards here, right? We'll do these three. These are actually three really good cards to have to show, because two are holographic, one isn't. And we don't really need all of it to show. We could do the example like this. Alright. I'll lower these. So if you look at the Blastoise, the edge here, this doesn't have, like, if you saw this one, this has a black line around it. This one doesn't. This one does too. That's, in my mind, that's what I think they mean by shadowless. I could be wrong. You guys can also correct me there if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's rare. It's rare. It's rare that I'm wrong. Rare. Anywho, let's go to the final one. It's, let's try to make this 25 minutes. We're at 20. Cut it down by 5. We got our Charizard here. And here, physically, they did not give me a... Maybe. Let's see here. No, they didn't. So, basically, I'd like to know how they grade this. I mean, they don't just say, it's a shitty kind of card, 5. I'm sure they do, like, centering of the card, I've heard, back. I mean, I've heard a lot of things, but, there's a lot of bullshit in the world, so I'm trying to weed out the shitty information out there, because I mean, I can only retain so much shitty information before no more shitty information is all right, let's continue. So we got this Charizard, right? And the reason I say I think the back has a lot of value towards whether the card is good or not is because if you look at the back of this one, it's not the greatest. It isn't. But it's not the worst, I guess. But, I mean, the front looks great, right? The front looks great. Like, I don't know what these fools are tripping about. For real, though. For real. But, let's see. I'm going to go back to trying to mirror it. See, is it picking up? Dang. It's not mirroring. Alright, let's try to get it to mirror. We're almost there, guys. One last thing. I got 2 minutes left. And of course, it's not gonna work. There we go. It worked. Just kidding, guys. It worked. All right. Now, let's go. Trying to weed out all this shitty information. It's a little. That's a little hard sometimes. But together we can accomplish anything. Anything. So that's pretty much it, folks. Maybe next time, it'll be a little more smooth. Hopefully this wasn't too bad. And yeah. The end. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't get too crazy. It's the end of the week. End the weekend. It's not the end of the week. What are we talking about here? All right, folks. Sayonara.